The switch multiple selection statement performs different actions based on the possible values of a constant integral expression of type byte, short, integer, or char. So right now we're gonna see an example. We are gonna go here to right click, new folder, and we're gonna name it test. Okay, so right click, open in terminal, and then we're gonna type in code space that, and we're gonna open it in Visual Studio Code. Okay, so now we're gonna create a gradebook class that uses the switch statement to counter letter grades. Okay, so this file is gonna be named gradebook like that, so it's gonna be gradebook.java. Okay, and we are gonna use the scanner. Okay, so it's gonna be import java.util.scanner semicolon at the end, so uppercase letter S, so program uses the class scanner. Then this is gonna be a public class, so it's gonna be public class, and the class is gonna be, the name is gonna be gradebook. Okay, and then we're gonna have another file named gradebook test. Okay, so to the next line we're gonna open curly braces. Okay, so we have the public class gradebook, we have the java.util.scanner. Okay, and now we're gonna have the name, of course. So we're gonna have here the private, so it's gonna be private string, the private string, and it's gonna be course name, so course name. Okay, so semicolon at the end, and then okay, so this is the variable course name of type string is private, so we're gonna have 7 more of, it's gonna be private of type integer, and this time it's gonna be the total. Okay, semicolon at the end, this is gonna be the sum of the grades. So then we're gonna have a grade counter, so it's gonna be private integer grade counter, and this is gonna be the number of grades enter. Okay, so the user is gonna enter, so that's the reason we are importing the class scanner. Let's close this one. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just copy this one, just private here, private m. Okay, 5, 6, 7. So we're gonna have 7 integers total. We're gonna have the a count. Oops, we're gonna have the a count like that. Okay, so it's gonna count a grades, then we're gonna have b counts, c counts, d counts, and f counts. So what is gonna count is gonna be b grades, c grades, d grades, and f grades. So let me see, I can just put b count like that, and let me copy this one here, semicolon at the, oops, let me copy like that, and we're gonna have c, and then d count, semicolon at the end, and then f, and then f count, semicolon at the end. We can save it for now. Okay, so let me see, we have this variable. Now what we need to do is we need to have the constructor, so we're gonna have the constructor, and we're gonna initialize the variable course name. Okay, so here we're gonna have the constructor, we're gonna have public, and the name is gonna be gradebook. Okay, open parentheses, and inside of the parentheses we're gonna have this variable, and it's gonna be of type string, so we're gonna have name like that, open curly braces, and we are gonna set the course name, we're gonna set it to name. Okay, this is the end of the constructor. Okay, so we have the constructor. Now we're gonna have the methods. We're gonna have the method set, then we're gonna have the method retrieve, and then display a message. Okay, so we're gonna have this public, and we are gonna have, it's gonna be void, it's not gonna return anything. It's just gonna be the set course set course name like that. Open inside of the parentheses, we are gonna have the string, the variable name of type string. Okay, open curly braces, and again we are gonna have in the course name, it's gonna be set to the name like that, set. And okay, now so we're gonna store the course name and name the variable name. Now we're gonna have another public, and this time it's gonna be of type string, and the method is gonna be get course name like that, get course name, and nothing inside of the parentheses. And let me see, now we have nothing, but this time is gonna return. So since we are getting the course name, we are gonna return this course name, this variable here. And let me see, it's gonna be course name, semicolon at the end. Okay, and so we have the constructor, we have this method set, the method retrieve, and finally we're gonna have the method display a message. So we're gonna have public void, and it's gonna be display message like that, and nothing inside of the parentheses. And now we're gonna have the system.out.println, but since we're gonna have two arguments, a string and then a method, it has to be print format or printf. Okay, so we're gonna have the string, and then we are gonna call the method get course name. Okay, like that, with the parentheses. And here inside of the double quotes, so we have the string, so it's gonna be welcome, so it's gonna be welcome to I don't know, welcome to computer science, like that. And we are gonna put to the next line, so we're gonna put it to the next line, and then let me see, no, we're going to name it just welcome to the grade. Okay, welcome to the grade book. So yeah, to make it more, welcome to the grade book 4, and to the next line, to the next line. Okay, so to the next line we're gonna have a stream. Okay, so we're gonna have a stream, then to the next line and to the next line. Okay, like that. So we can save it for now. So we have these 3 methods so far: set course name, get course name, and display a message. So now what we need to do, so we're gonna have the input arbitrary number of grades from the user. So again, we're gonna have, it's gonna be public, and it's gonna be void, and it's gonna be input grades. So like that, input grades. Okay, so now we're gonna use the class scanner, so it's gonna be a scanner, and the name is gonna be input, and we're gonna create a new scanner. Okay, like that, new scanner, and inside of the parentheses we are gonna have in the system system.in, like that. Okay, so we're gonna have the system.in, semicolon at the end. So we have the scanner input, new scanner system.in. Okay, so now we have this variable name grade of type integer, so grade. Okay, so we're gonna leave it like that. And here we are gonna have the message, so we're gonna have, again, it's gonna be a print format, and we're gonna have in double quotes, and okay, the first argument is gonna be the percent sign is gonna be a string. Then to the next line is gonna be, okay, percent sign string to the next line, percent sign string, okay, like that, and to the next line. So we're gonna have some space. Let me see, 1 2 3 1 2 3 4, and then we're gonna have again percent sign lowercase letter s for a string to the next line, 1 2 3 4, and then percent sign lowercase letter s to the next line. Okay, so now the second argument is gonna be again another string, so it's gonna be enter the grades. So it's gonna be enter the grades, and the range, okay, and the range like that, in the range 0 to 100 like that. We can, let me see, okay, so here we're gonna have another, so we have 1 2, we're gonna have another argument that is, again, is gonna be a string, and we can move it like that, and we're gonna start typing. So it's gonna be type, okay, type the end of file. So type the end of file like that, type the end of file, type the end of file indicator to terminate input, okay, file indicator to terminate input like that. Okay, so we're gonna have another argument, and again it's gonna be a string. So pretty much we can say on Unix, okay, on Unix, Linux, Macs, okay, Mac OS, okay, X type like that. What we are gonna do is we're gonna press the control, so it's gonna be the control, so the control D. So pretty much you have to press the keyboard control and at the same time the lowercase, the letter D on your keyboard. So that, okay, and then press enter, then press enter. Okay, so we're gonna have another argument, in this type we're gonna have on Windows, we're gonna type or press, is gonna be again control, so it's gonna be like that, the control key on your keyboard, and then the keyboard Z, then press enter like that, then press enter. Okay, so we can save it so far. And finally we are gonna use the loop until the user enters the end of file indicator. So we're gonna use the while loop. Okay, so let me see, we are still inside of the input grades, so we're gonna go here, so we are still inside, and we are gonna have the while, okay, and okay, I'm gonna open curly braces here. Inside of the parentheses of the while, we're gonna have the input that, and we're gonna have has next line, no, has next, this one, we're gonna use the has next with the parentheses. Now we're gonna go inside of the curly braces of the while loop. So we're gonna have in the grade, and we're gonna assign it to input that next integer, okay, so next integer like that, semicolon at the end, so it's gonna read a grade, and we're gonna have the total, and we're gonna use the addition assignment operator, okay, total is addition assignment operator grade, okay, and in previous video we saw that the total assignment operator grade is pretty much the same as total. It's gonna be get to the total plus the grade. So, and just to make sure, it's gonna be something like that. So total is gonna be set to the total plus the grade. Okay, or you can just do it like that. Total addition assignment operator, and make sure that you are doing the plus sign first and then the equal sign. Okay, so add grade to total. Now we're gonna have the prefix, so we're gonna have the grade counter. Okay, prefix grade counter, so we're gonna increment, so increment number of grades. And let me see, increment number of grades. We're still inside of the while, and now we're gonna call the method to increment appropriate counter. So it's gonna be increment, so increment letter, so it's gonna be increment letter grade counter. Okay, and here we're gonna pass in just the grade. Okay, like that, semicolon at the end. Okay, and let me see, increment letter grade counter. So this is the end of the while loop. Let me see, while, so this is the end of the while loop, this is the end of the input grades, and this is the end of the while loop, and this is the end of the input grades. Increment letter grade, increment a letter grade counter. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna see this in a while. Literally in a while. Okay, so we are gonna go outside of the while and outside of the input grade. So outside of the input grade, so this is outside of the input grades, and we are gonna add one to appropriate counter for a specified grade. So we are gonna have a private, so it's gonna be a private void, and now we're gonna use this one, increment, this one here, increment grade counter, and inside of the parentheses we're gonna pass the variable grade that is of type integer, so like that. Now we're gonna open curly braces, and we are gonna have the switch. So the switch statement determine which grade was entered. So we're gonna have in the switch loops. Okay, it already did it for me. So let me see, inside of the parentheses, default, or let me just do it by hand. So we're gonna have the switch. Okay, so we're gonna have, I'm gonna have the switch here, and I'm gonna open curly braces, and inside of the parentheses of the switch I'm gonna have in the grade, and we're gonna have only 10 grades, so it's gonna be divided by 10, like that. And now inside of the curly braces we're gonna have the cases and then the breaks. So we're gonna have case 9, so case 9, since we have 10 cases we're gonna have the case 9, so grade was between 90. We're gonna have the case 10. Okay, oops, it has to be double quotes, no semicolon at the end. Okay, and 100 inclusive. Okay, we have that, and then we are gonna have here the increment, the prefix increment of the A counter. So yeah, the A count, semicolon at the end this time, so increment A count, and finally we are gonna have in the break, semicolon at the end. Okay, so now we are gonna have the case 8, so case 8 colon, then we're gonna have the increment, let me move it like that, increment, so B count, semicolon at the end, and we are gonna have in the break, semicolon at the end. Okay, so here in the case 8 the grade was between 8 and 89. Okay, here in the case 9 the grade was between 90, and 10 the grade between 90 and 100 inclusive. Okay, so if you get 10, pretty much it was between the, well, if you got 9 is pretty much between the 90 and 99, and 10 will be 100 inclusive. Okay, now case 7, so we're gonna have in the case 7 calling, and we're gonna have again, it's gonna be pretty much the same, so prefix increment c count. Okay, so pretty much if you take an exam and you get a score of 70, you got a C. If you get 79, you again got a C, but you got an 80, you have a B. So that's the reason we're having the B count. Now if you have a 90, so you are gonna have an A, and if you have pretty much 100, that's a perfect score, 100 out of 100, you're gonna have the case 10. Okay, and let me see what else we have here. So increment c count, semicolon at the end, then we're gonna have in the break, semicolon at the end, and again case 6. So this is the, well, we're almost done. Case 6, we're gonna have again prefix increment is gonna be b count, like that, and you guess it, it's gonna be break, like that, and again the C is gonna be between the grades 60 and 69, so you're gonna get a D. That's the yeah, this is between 60 and 69, you are gonna get a D. Okay, let me put it here better, 60 to 69. This one, it'll be from 70 to 79, and this one would be from 80 to 89, something like that. Okay, finally we're gonna have the case 5. So this is a long code, and we're gonna have the f count. So f count, okay, it's gonna be from 50, or the grade was less than 60. Okay, so grade less than 60. Okay, and then we're gonna have the break, semicolon at the end. Okay, so this is the end of the switch statement. Oops, we have the switch statement, and this is the end of the increment letter grade counter. Okay, so we're gonna go outside of the end of the increment letter counter, like that, and we're gonna display a report based on the grades entered by the user, and we are gonna have in the public void, so it's gonna be the public void, and it's gonna be display message, no, display grade report, like that. Display grade report, so parentheses, but nothing to take in the parentheses, and we're gonna have the system.m. Okay, so system.m println, so that's fine this time. Okay, to the next line, and we're gonna have in the grade report. Okay, so we have that, and now we're gonna have inside of the display report, we are gonna have pretty much just finally an if statement. So we're gonna have the if condition, curly braces, and inside of the parentheses we are gonna have the grade counter. So it's gonna be the grade counter. If the grade let me see, if the grade counter, so I almost messed it up. If the grade counter, yeah, I was gonna take a while to find that bug. So if the grade counter is not equal to 0, if the grade counter is not equal to 0, then something is gonna happen. So with that, we're gonna calculate the average of all grades entered. So it's gonna have the type double grade counter. Let me see if I mess it up somewhere. Grade counter, oh yeah, I messed it up here. Let me check it out real quick, like that. Okay, grade counter. Okay, yeah, this one I need to fix it. This one is fine, this one is fine, this one is fine. Gray counter, okay, that's fine. Let's, yeah, let it be like that. So we have the type double, and the integer name is gonna be average, so average, like that. And it's gonna be of type, again, it's gonna be of type double, and it's gonna be divided the total, so the total is gonna be divided, it's gonna be divided by the grade counter. Okay, so by the grade counter, like that, uppercase letter C, so Camel notation. Okay, so now we have the system.m, so this one, the system and the .m.println, but again it's gonna be print format. Okay, we are almost done here, and we're gonna say the total, so the total, okay, total of the uppercase letter, lowercase letter d, so decimal, or yeah, decimal in target. The total of the grades, enter, okay, entered is, again, percent sign, lowercase letter d to the next line, and the second argument is gonna be, we're gonna put it here, the second argument is gonna be, let me see, the total of the gray count. Let me see something. Total of the grade, so it has to be the gray counter here. So okay, it's gonna be the gray counter, total of the gray counter, enter is, and it has to be the total. Okay, so the total, okay, like that. Okay, we're gonna go here, we're gonna have the system.out print format, and we are gonna have the class average, so it's gonna be the class average. The class average is percent sign and then 0 point or just 0.2f, so this is for the float number, so, or for the double, so we're gonna have two decimal digits. Okay, and then to the next line, and pretty much this is the average. Okay, finally we are gonna have the system.out print format, and we are gonna have this time percent sign, lowercase letter s for string, to the next line, percent sign, lowercase letter s, and then percent sign, lowercase letter d, so we're gonna have a string, and then decimal, okay, string decimal to the next line. Okay, a string decimal to the next line, then a string decimal to the next line. Let me see, we're gonna have, we're gonna start with the percent sign, lowercase letter s, to the next line, percent sign, lowercase or string, percent sign decimal to the next line. Okay, so we're gonna, it's better to type. I was gonna copy, but just type it. So string, then decimal to the next line, then a string, then decimal, okay, to the next line, a string decimal. Okay, so yeah, let me see, like that. Oops, no. Let me see, to the next line. No. Okay, string decimal to the next line. Let me see, finally a string decimal to the next line. Okay, yeah, okay, and then the second argument is gonna be pretty much a string, so it's gonna be the number of students, okay, number of students who receive each grade. So each grade. We need a colon here, and finally we are gonna have pretty much okay, so we are gonna have here uppercase letter S, and we are gonna have colon, okay, a space, and we are gonna have the a count like that. Let me see. Okay, so here we are gonna have, again, we're gonna have B space, and again we're gonna have the B, no, it has to be outside of the, okay, B count like that. This one has to be separated with a comma, this one also with a comma, since they are arguments. Let me see why it's not like that, a comma, okay. So this one is going to be C, separated by a comma, C count, oops, not a semicolon, just a comma. Then we are going to have D colon space, separated with a comma, D count, comma, no, not a point, a comma. We're going to have F, uppercase letter F, colon space, comma, and then F count. So comma, let me see how we're doing. No, not a comma in this one. Okay, so yeah, we can do it like that, so it's ending here, so we can save it for now. Okay, so inside of this if statement we're gonna have this 3 system print format, so total of the grade. So we're gonna have the grade counter, the average, then we're gonna have the class average, the average, and then we're gonna have the, let me see, let me double check the number of students who receive each grade. So let me double check this one. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so that's fine. This is the end of the if statement. And yeah, pretty much if somebody gets less than 60, so somebody gets 50, so we're gonna have the else. And let me see, we're gonna have the message, so it's gonna be the system that out that println. Okay, so no grades were enter, like that. So if somebody gets less than 60, is gonna get F, else no grades were enter. Okay, let me see, system that out that println, no grades were enter, so we can save it so far. Okay, so this is the gradebook class that uses the switch statement to count letter grades. Let me see. So now if we play here, nothing's gonna happen since we need the main method. Okay, so error main method not found, that's fine. We are gonna create that, so it's gonna be gradebook test that Java. Okay, so we're gonna create a gradebook object, input grades, and display the grade report. So we have the public class gradebook test. We can move it like that, and here we're gonna have this public static void main, and we are gonna create the gradebook object my gradebook and pass the course name to the constructor. So we are gonna have the the gray book. Okay, gray book, and we're gonna name it my gray book, and it's gonna be new gray book, like that. And inside of the double quotes, so we're gonna have let me see, we can have it to, I don't know, let me see, intro to digital, I don't know, digital, okay, digital design, something like that, I don't know, digital design, like this. And semicolon at the end. Let's close this one. And here we're gonna have my gray book, and then we're gonna call the display message, so it's gonna be this one. Then we're gonna have my gray book that input, okay, I have it here, input grades. Finally, we're gonna have my gray book that display this one, the first one, display report, semicolon at the end. So here we're gonna display the welcome message, and the second one we're gonna read the grades from the user, and then the third one we're gonna display the report based on grades. So let's see what's going on, if we made a mistake or something. So let's click. Okay, so let's make this one bigger. Welcome to the grade book for the electrical engineering intro to the, I don't know, digital design. Let me see, digital design. Let me like that, to digital design, something like that. Let's do it again. Okay. Welcome to the grade book for and like that. Okay, welcome to the digital design. Okay, enter the grades in the range from 0 to 100. Type the, let me see, type the end of file indicator to terminate input on Unix, Linux, Mac OS. Control D, then press enter. Then on Windows, type Control Control C. Okay, Control C, then press enter. Okay, so let me see 100, let me see 90, I don't know, 89, 70, and it's gonna be 10 grades. So I don't know, I mess up 50, I mess up again 60, now I went to 70, again my B, another B, I went to an 85. So we have 3, okay, and then we can press let me see if I press Control D, then press enter. No, nothing is okay. So mine is a Windows. So let me see if I do it again with Control C, with Control C. So I'm gonna type in 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, I don't know, 100 again, 90, 80, let me see, 3, let me see now, Control C. Okay, so as you can see, we have the grade report. So the total of 10 grades entered is 760. Okay, the class average is 76, so that is a C. Number of students who receive each grade, so A, okay, 4 students receive A. So let me see, 1, 2, 3, and 4, that's fine. B, okay, so we have 80, and then again another 80 here, so 2, okay. A C, that we have 70, and then we have a D that is 60. Then we have F would be 50. Okay, that's fine. So let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let me see what else. I want to see something real quick here. format counter, grades counter. Let me see, encounter 5. So encounter 5, what we are gonna, we have case 9, we have case 10, a counter. Okay, then we are gonna have finally the case 6. Okay, we have, yeah, because here it should be two students that receive F, so 50 and 40. So then when, I mean, it's still working, but there should be case 5. Okay, so instead of case 5, this one should be just, let me see, default. Let me see if we can fix it with that. And digital design, okay, like that. Okay, so let's give it another try. Okay, so welcome to the grade book for EE digital design. Okay, that's fine. And now we're gonna type in 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, and we're gonna type in 99. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more, so 88, and again 100 at the end. Okay, so now it's gonna be Control C, press enter, and let me see now. The total of the 10 grades entered is 777. The class average is 77.70. That's a C. Number of students who receive each grade. So A for student 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's fine. B. So we have B would be this one, the 80, and then the 88. So that's fine as well. Then the C. The C is the one who receives 70. And finally, we have D. D would be this one, is still passing. Well, in some cases you have to score C or better if you're in junior classes. Yeah, you can pass with D, but it's gonna mess up your GPS. So finally with F, so you have 50 and you have 40. Okay, so yeah, this time is working. And the difference is we have to, instead of case 6, or we just have to type in the default.